Okay, now that we have the vocabulary and the grammar point, we're going to do this one. We're working on this part. So we're going to listen to this section, okay? Listen.
We need a pepper.
We need
There's some beef. There isn't any rice.
You have some tomatoes, strawberries, and potatoes. Are there any onions?
There aren't any peppers.
This is just for listening, okay? So you can practice more. And this is I did this, but you have to do it in your book. So here you have to do or complete the sentence using a, some, any, some, or an, okay? So I did that for you. Okay. Now we're going to continue, and then we're going to see these quantifiers. Okay, quantifiers are, for example, how much, how many, a lot of, a few, a lot. So we use how much and how many for questions. Like, for example, how many brothers do you have? Or how much money do you have? Okay, how many horses do you have? How much food did you eat for dinner? Okay, so those are just for questions, and these are the possible answers for these questions. So we use how much and how many to ask about quantity, cantidad. We use how much with uncountable nouns. Continuamos con los contables y no contables. How much is for uncountable. For example, money in general we cannot count. Podemos contar los billetes, pero no podemos decir que dinero es general y no se puede contar dinero en general. Los billetes sí, las monedas, pero el dinero en general no se puede contar, ¿ok? Se considera no contable. And that is why we say how much. For example, if you go to the store, you say how much is the shirt? How much are the pants? Right? So you say how much. And how many, we use how many with countable nouns. So we can say how many brothers do you have? How many apples do you have? Because you can count. So how much is for non-countable and how many with countable nouns. How much fish do you eat every week? How many students are there in your class? You see, you can count the students. I can say that I have 22 students in this class. So how many? Okay, because I can count. And how much? Because fish in general, you cannot count it. And for the answers, we use a lot of, or lots with countable and uncountable nouns to talk about large quantities, big quantities. We can use them in affirmative sentences, in negative sentences, and in questions, okay? So we can use lot, a lot of, lots for negative, affirmative, and questions. So I eat a lot of fruit. This is an affirmative question, an affirmative statement. I don't eat a lot of apples. Do you eat a lot of potato chips? So you see we have affirmative, negative, interrogative. We use a lot of, and many to ask about quantity. And we use a lot of with uncountable nouns and many with countable nouns, okay? Aquí tienen que saber bien la diferencia, cuál es contable, cuál es no contable, qué expresiones se usan con contables, qué expresiones se usan con no contables. Eso es muy importante para... Pero como van a tener chance de practicar en la plataforma y en su workbook, I think you're gonna be fine. For example, do you drink a lot of juice? Are there many students in your class? Or are there a lot of students in your class? So we use not much and not many in negative sentences to talk about small quantities. Like I don't have not much money, for example. I have not many brothers or sisters. We use not much with uncountable nouns and not many. Many siempre se utiliza con countable y much. En cualquiera de sus formas se utiliza con non-countable. So there isn't much sugar in this cake. There isn't much sugar in this cake. I don't eat many potato chips. We use a few. Estas son expresiones ya para poquita cantidad. Okay. We use a few with countable nouns. And a little, we use it in affirmative sentences in questions to talk about small quantities. So as I was saying, a few, you use it with countable nouns. And a little with uncountable nouns. So I would like a little milk in my coffee. You know that milk is uncountable, so we use a little. I need a little water, for example. Would you like a little sugar? Sugar is uncountable. No pueden decir quiero 2 azúcares y agarrar una puñada de azúcar. Entonces se considera que todos los granos, por ejemplo, lo que es en polvo, líquido, el aire es uncountable, el cabello es uncountable. So, would you like a little sugar in your coffee? I eat a few pieces of fruit every day. Piezas ya lo hace countable. Are there a few eggs in the fridge? So you see that you have negative, interrogative, and questions. So this is summary. Okay. This is large quantities when you have a lot. For countable nouns, we use a lot of, lots of. Lo mismo aquí. ¿Ya? Nada más aquí es para lo que usamos en countable y aquí lo que usamos para non-countable. Entonces aquí tenemos little, much, a lot of, little. How much is for uncountable. Aquí tenemos a lot of, lots of, many. How many? They are countable. They're used for countable nouns. Okay? So here we have. Here you can complete the sentences. Esto lo van a hacer ustedes solitos. Con how much or how many. For example, cups of coffee. How many cups of coffee? Aquí ya el café no es contable, pero las tazas sí, ¿ok? Pero para esto vamos a necesitar antes ver otro vocabulary. We're going to see another vocabulary. Let's see where it is. Let me look for the vocabulary and see if I have it. Just let me check. No, it's not here. Okay. Here. Here we have another vocabulary that we need to learn, and we have the containers and containers of things, right? Where you can have different things. So this is a cup of tea. You have this here, and you have to match them. En su libro les aparece diferente, les aparece como más fácil de hacer en su workbook, ¿ok? O en su textbook. Entonces creo que solo los unen. En mi caso yo uso una plataforma un poquito diferente que es para profesores. Pero ustedes perfectamente pueden irlo matching. So this is a cup of tea, a cup of coffee, a cup of tea, a cup of milk. This is a slice. Let's see if we can find it here. Here. A slice of bread, una rebanada, a slice of bread, a slice of pizza. This is a box of juice. A box. This is a can of tomatoes. Can. This is a packet of cookies. A packet of cookies. This is what? Let's listen, okay?
1. A cup of tea. 2. A slice of bread. 3. A carton of juice. 4. A can of tomatoes. 5. A packet of cookies. 6. A box of cereal. 7. A piece of cheese. 8. A bowl of pasta. 9. A bottle of olive oil. 10. A jar of honey. 11. A bag of carrots. 12. A bar of chocolate. 13. A glass of water. 14. A can of cola. 15. A spoonful of sugar.
So you can listen to this. You have this on your textbook. So you can listen and you can repeat. It is always good when you repeat. Okay? So that's the vocabulary. Okay, we're gonna go back. And here you can find some pronunciation. Okay, the pronunciation of so many. So you're going to listen to these sentences and you're going to practice. As you can see, some of the words are stressed. Stressed significa que tienen la mayor fuerza de voz. Generalmente, las que en inglés, lo que mayor fuerza de voz tiene son los elementos principales. Los elementos principales son los verbos, los adjetivos, los nombres, también las preposiciones, ¿verdad? Entonces van a poner atención dónde está la mayor fuerza de voz. Okay, pay attention.
1.
I have some fruit in my bag.
2.
We need some carrots.
3.
There are some crackers on the plate.
4.
We don't have any bread.
5.
I don't want any peas.
6.
Is there any milk?
Generally, any and some are not stressed. Ellas no llevan una mayor fuerza de voz porque en realidad no son de las partes más esenciales de una oración. Los nombres, los verbos, los adjetivos, también las preposiciones sí son como elementos mayores en una oración. This is just for you to improve your pronunciation, okay? So look at the pictures, and here we have different items. We have, for example, lemon, mushrooms, milk, water, candy. Candy es uncountable, okay? Candy siempre va a ser no contable. Cheese, orange, and ice cream. So you need to select if they are countable or non-countable. But you can do this at home, okay? You can do this at home.